The question, at what time of day do you work most productively and why? Afternoons and evenings for sure. I'm a total owl. But I can do a few early mornings here and there. Some people make the mistake of thinking they have no control over when they're most productive. I'm a night owl and there's nothing I can do about that or vice versa. That's all very well if you're self-employed or working flexible hours in a workplace, but what if you're working in a job with no leeway at all? Personally, I love working in the afternoons and evenings, but sometimes I just need to get things done earlier in the day instead, usually if I have other plans that evening. I work around this by getting a head start on my work the night before, so that when the morning comes around I'm working on a project that I've already started, rather than having to start from scratch. This really helps me to get things done because I find it much easier to wake up and continue with work I've already set in motion the night before. It's a great way to prevent that dreaded 9 a.m. procrastination. This is something I've actually done for years, especially when I worked in a 9-to-5 type job where my hours weren't flexible at all. Taking some time in the evening to set myself up for the next day was my way of hacking my productivity levels for the next morning even when they weren't at their peak. If you're a morning person, you'll have things a bit easier in that it's the norm in an employment situation and it's pretty much ideal even if you're self-employed as you can get most of your work out of the way early in the day. But there will still be times when you need energy to focus in the evenings and you'll likely encounter a bit of slump in the afternoons too. In this case, it's just a matter of looking at why that slump is happening. Are you getting enough sleep? Have you had a good lunch? Have you taken enough mini breaks to recharge? Also, in reference to my previous point, don't forget that you can simply design your day around your productivity peaks and do your most mentally taxing work in the mornings, so that your afternoon tasks don't require as much focus. And don't forget to take advantage of those surprise bursts of productivity. With all of this in mind, don't forget to take advantage of those random bursts of energy that you can get at any time of the day. Sometimes, I just get the urge to go and get stuff done, and it doesn't fall into my normal productivity routine at all. And that's totally okay, it's more than okay, and you should definitely take advantage of those moments because that's when you can really achieve the flow everyone is aiming for. During their work, your productivity levels will ebb and flow just like everything in your life, and they'll be affected by so many external forces such as stress and personal commitments that it's impossible to stick rigidly to whatever peak productivity hours usually work for you. So, if you have an off day, let yourself off the hook, because you're likely to have a buzzing day of productivity just around the corner.